Good morning, brothers and sisters. Welcome to our morning heart devotion. Let's begin by greeting our Heavenly Parent and true parents. 천지인 참 부모님께 경배. 바로. Now please receive Reverend Milhan Stevens for our family pledge.
가정맹세 1. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과皇族권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 처녀극 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Reverend Milhan. Now for our opening prayer, if I can invite Mie Lipokan, if you could offer a prayer.
Good morning, brothers and sisters, and Dr. Yong. Let us pray together. Most beloved Heavenly Parents, good morning. Thank you so much for this day. We can join together this morning devotion from all over the world, centering upon Dr. Yong. We want make one heart beginning of this year to make a strong determinations. Our true mothers becoming 80 years old this year. We are preparing for the celebration for that also. All our the sisters past then, we are all physically becoming old, but truly internal, our heart, our spirit is truly liberated every day to really joining this morning devotions. We are so grateful, Heavenly Parents. Such a grand responsibility you given to us to become a Chombo couple. such an incredible blessing. It is challenging, but we are gradually to accept our heart as full of gratitude. You couldn't hold your children, the grandchildren, but all our first gen and second gen, third gen and fourth gen. Now we are really realizing to joining this morning devotion, your Chakra love, the constantly 24/7, always you are with us, and such a spirit, such a Holy Spirit with us, with true parents and true mothers, and we are inheriting that. Please, every parent allowed and spirit world, Holy Spirit allowed us to really represent our true parents, to share the true love, the Chakra love, and to every day, each moment, we can really to share your love, to attending each other and to loving each other, and to be proud, become your true sons and daughters. And please prepare our heart today to receive from the Quran, the precious word, to unite with our true mothers, unite with brothers and sisters, unite with our ables. Thank you so much. I sincerely offer this my name, Lemie Repokan, Jungle Presenter families. Aju.
Aju, thank you, Mie Ripoken, for your very sincere prayer. 감사합니다. Thank you also, Ray. Thank you.
Thank you, Mie-san. Thank you for your prayer. And once again, good morning, everybody. It's good to see you. I hope everyone is doing all right and filled with great gratitudes. So we're going to go to our appreciation time. We'll be right back in 7 minutes. back. Welcome back. All right. Wow. Everyone looks so much happier afterwards. This is great. So let's start with, if I could invite Naoko Kato, Naoko-san, if you could unmute and share. Oh, I don't yet. If you could unmute.
Oh, good morning, everyone. I'm so surprised. My share number was 21. And when I pushed 21 number, then it was Joshua and Deborah-san. So I'm so surprised. Good morning, Dr. Yong.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes.
My share this morning was sometimes, it's not easy to pray deeply. But yesterday, when last part, Dr. Yon's suggestion to somebody, Jackson, how to pray deeply when I cannot easily to pray, then your suggestion was think about Adam's family.
Yeah.
And Eve, when they fell, or even think about Archangel, or think about then Cain and Abel. Just meditate those things. Think about the Heavenly Parents' heart deeply. So those suggestions was very, very meaningful for me. Sometimes I have difficult time to start to pray. Just starting pray, it's sometimes take time. So that suggestion was very, I think I heard a few times, but I easily forget for those things. But yesterday, it was, your reminding was so great for me. And also, one thing is I do, I just think about my grandchildren's face, then automatically I can have a big smile. To think about them. So I'm so grateful.
Yeah, thank you. Wow, beautiful.
Much.
Yeah, now for some, I think, when we pray for Adam's family, our hearts become more deeper and deeper. Surely tears come down. Surely we can meet God through Adam's family. First family, God hurt so much from the first family. Incredible. That's why we need to go back to origin all the time. Where what was wrong from the Adam's family, first family. That's the key point, actually. Thank you so much now for some. And then also just now you're talking about grandchildren. We are talking about the longing heart. Sometimes, where's my longing heart? Very dry and cold. Then you need to think, whom do you love most? You think about the grandchildren one by one, and you have the longing heart, and then think about your father and mother, and then gradually more thinking about your father, to mother, heavenly God. So start from your grandchildren, fine. Where do you start? Which one do you love most? Start from there, and then raising our longing heart. Thank you so much, Naoko Kato. 감사합니다.
Thank you so much. For our next sharing, if I could invite on Deborah Scott. You could unmute and share.
Thank you, Joshua. Good morning, Dr. Yong.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful to you, Dr. Yong, because you've talked a lot about witnessing, and so I've started doing it again. And so I'm having weekly meetings, Divine Principle teaching in my home. and inviting people, and brothers and sisters are bringing their guests as well. And so it's really, I'm grateful. What my gratitude point is, I'm grateful it's really helping me to share God's heart of longing and caring for and desiring his children to come home to him, you know, and really feeling as I pray for these people and, you know, as they're digesting divine principle week by week, just praying for them that they can really connect to God's heart and revitalize their lives and their spiritual lives and their relationships with their spouses and all these things. So it's a beautiful experience, just being able to share God's heart of concern for these beautiful individuals who are learning divine principles. So
Yeah, great. Deborah, beautiful sharing. Thank you so much. You know, today I had a meeting with Australian time. I had a meeting with one of the president of the very beautiful religion. I already mentioned in the past. And then I brought all the UPF, you know, staff, the family, husband and wife, and we meet his wife as well. And we discussed many things, how to take care of the, you know, island nation. And then he completely accepted my idea. He already determined to build training center for us. So now we are going to searching for the land and which place. I think many righteous people. I feel that, you know, there are many righteous people. We need to really find. And then without approaching the witnessing, no way. That's why I'm really happy to hear that, Deborah, you have that kind of beautiful spirit. Always try to witness and try to teach divine principle. You know, that is God's heart. Without witnessing, how can we meet God's heart? That is really beautiful. Thank you, Deborah. I love you. Thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah, I was imagining while you're sharing, being in your home, learning the principle and how warm it is, getting that phone call from you in the evening, asking how I'm doing. That's really that home church, beautiful heart and culture. Thank you, Aunt Deborah. Okay, so I hope everyone feels prepared in their hearts, sensitive to how God may be speaking to you. Let's open our hearts, open our minds, and receive Dr. Changshik Yong.
안녕하세요. Good morning, good morning. My dear brothers and sisters, clergy and ambassador for peace, 안녕하십니까? I am each one of you every morning. This is really global, you know, community, right? And then through the internet, and we can see each other. And then every day I can see, you know, our doctor's worst face, and then, you know, many leaders figure. I'm really glad. I really appreciate this kind of the modern technique, you know. We can really communicate and then everybody come together. Today, I'd like to talk about the providential history of salvation from the viewpoint of the principle from True Mother's Anthology, Volume 2. Let's start it.
The Providential History of Salvation from the Viewpoint of the Principle. Originally, true love was to be gained through life experience and understood through internal realization. True love is not something that can be learned through words, a written text, or schooling. It is experienced completely only in the context of living our lives. Created as newborn infants, Adam and Eve were to grow and perfect themselves gradually through experiences of the heart of true children, true brother and sister, true husband and wife, and true parents, encompassing their whole lives. Only after experiencing the true love of God in its entirety can one fulfill the purpose of creation and become an ideal human being. All people desire their object partner of love to be many times more valuable, even infinitely more valuable than themselves. In the same way, God desires that humankind his object partner of love, become infinitely valuable. When human beings perfect themselves, then those persons come to possess godlike value by participating in God's divinity and perfection. God is absolute. However, he cannot realize the ideal of true love alone. That is because love always requires an object partner, a beloved. At this point, we need to understand the relationship between God's true love and humankind's true love, and how they begin and are brought to fruition. What would have happened if God had not chosen human beings as his absolute object partners of true love, and instead had sought to realize true love in some other way? In that case, God and human beings would have pursued the ideal of true love with different motivations, directions, and purposes. God would have had to achieve the ideal of love through an object partner higher than humankind, and by the same token, humankind's ideal of love would have had no direct relationship with God.
Yes, thank you. Originally, true love was to be gained through a life experience and understood through internal realization. True love is not something that can be learned through words or written text or schooling. It is experienced completely only in the context of living our lives. Since true love can only be experienced through events while living, it is a world that cannot be experienced without using the physical body. Therefore, the souls who die without experiencing true love can never reach perfection unless they come down to the earth again, enter a living person's body, and cooperate and grow together. Knowledge can be acquired at any time, any moment, either on earth or in spiritual world. And even if you have not acquired knowledge in any field on earth, you can learn it in an instant and in spiritual world. Created as a newborn infants, Adam and Eve were to grow and perfect themselves gradually through the experience of the heart of the true children, true brothers and sisters, true husband and wife, and true parents, and compassion who lives. In order to become the true children, they must grow up receiving much love from their parents. An orphan who grew up without parents lacks love. Such a child relationship between his or her siblings become obscure, and when they grow up and they have difficulty building an amicable, relationship with their spouse. Children can share as much as love they have received from their parents to their siblings. And when they grow up and they can return filial piety to their parents, to experience the heart of the true brothers and sisters, it is good to have many siblings in the family. When we grow while exchanging the heart of our brothers and sisters, that experience expands that heart horizontally so that we can love all people of the world as our brothers and sisters, right? In this way, after going through the process of the true children's heart and true brothers and sisters' heart, when they become husband and wife, they serve and give and receive with each other like parents and siblings. True couples become true parents by giving birth and raising a child, and then reaching the stage of the perfecting God's ideal love. Therefore, parents are the final, stage of the perfecting love. So, from this point of view, my brothers and sisters, very important. I don't know how important a place called family is. Apart from the place of the family, there is no place to experience God's heart and love. Therefore, if the education of the family goes wrong, there is no way to experience God's heart forever. Therefore, my brothers and sisters, family is the, final, our destination. we can complete our love centering on family. You know, that's it. Family, how much important. Many people do not know. Many people just only thinking about individual perfection, reach a certain level. It does not work in the kingdom of heaven. You know, kingdom of heaven is basically family, centering on family. How can I have experience of the God's four kinds of love? Only centering on family. Without family, you cannot meet God. You cannot experience God's heart, God's love. That family is a fundamental place we can experience God's heart and God's love. That's what God loves the most. Which place love most? That is a family. How much important? That's why if family broken, everything having a problem in the society, in the nation, in the world, everywhere. Wow, Father, discover the importance of the family. It is really incredible. That's why we are doing every morning. We are doing the recite like that, family pledge. That much important about the family. Yes, and then the next is living divine principle and good and evil from the viewpoint of the purpose. I think this is kind of the new chapter, right? So let's study.
Good and evil from the viewpoint of purpose. Had Adam and Eve loved each other as God intended and formed a four-position foundation centered on God, they would have established a good world. But when they loved each other with a purpose contrary to God's intentions and established a four-position foundation centered on Satan, they ended up forming an evil world.
Yes. So the separating of good and evil. Just a moment, please. Okay. The separation and judgment of good and evil ultimately depends on where the center is placed. You are centering on Satan or centering on yourself. Centering on for the sake of others or centering on just for your own sake. No? And then whatever you do, you have to check who is at the center. Are you at the center or is heaven? If you put everything centering on you and connect to the evil very easily, however, whatever you do, centering on heaven, everything connect to, goodness. So when you place yourself at the center, you incline towards Satan. You have to thoroughly destroy things that position yourself at the center. Anything centering on yourself is of Satan. A filial son put his parents as their center, and a loyal subject puts his country as their center. A saint and put the world as their center, and a divine child put God as their center. That's why, centering on what? Centering on God or centering on my own self. Then immediately we can know how to separate of the good and evil. Next.
This demonstrates that although good and evil elements or actions may take the same form, their true nature may be discerned through the fruits they yield in accordance with the divergent purposes they pursue.
Therefore, the key point is where we put the center. Things centered on God are all good, and things centered on oneself are all bad. How the result show is important. Things centered on goodness will produce a result of goodness, and the things centered on evil will produce a result of evil. The motivation is very important. Different results will come about depending on whether it is motivation centered on God or motivation centering on myself. The motivation must be for the sake of the whole and be very pure. Next.
Being part of our God-given nature, desires are good when they bear fruit for the purposes of God's will, or are evil when they bear fruit for the purpose of Satan's will. Accordingly, the providence of restoration may be interpreted as the process of changing the direction of this fallen world from its current satanic purpose to the purpose of building the kingdom of heaven, God's ideal of creation. Any standard of goodness set during the course of the providence is relative. In any particular period of history, obedient compliance with the doctrines expounded by the prevailing authorities is considered good, while actions in opposition to them are considered evil. But the change of an era ushers in new authorities and new standards. For the adherents of any religious tradition or school of thought, complying with the precepts of its doctrine or philosophy is good, while opposing them is evil. But whenever a doctrine or philosophy undergoes a change, or if an adherent converts to a different religion or school of thought, their standard of good and evil will also change. Throughout the endless cycles of conflict and revolution in human history, people have been seeking the absolute goodness which their original mind desires. Once the sovereignty of Satan is expelled from the earth, then God, the eternal and absolute being, transcendent of time and space, will establish his sovereignty and his truth. In that day, God's truth will be absolute, and hence the purpose which it serves and the standard of goodness which it sets will both be absolute. This cosmic, all-encompassing truth will be firmly established by Christ at his second advent.
Yeah. So good and evil seen from the viewpoint of the purpose. Any standard of the goodness set during the course of the providence of restoration is not absolute, but relative, as you know. Each of you has a different standard of good and evil. The standard of the good and evil depends on environment, the thought, and the personality, the culture, and the tradition. So in any particular period of history, obedience, compliance with the doctrines expounded by the prevailing authorities is considered good, while action in and opposition to them are considered evil. By the change of an era ushers in new authorities and doctrines with new goals and new standard of good and evil. So good and evil seen from the viewpoint of purpose again, and for the adherents of any religion, tradition, or school of thought, complying and with the precepts of each doctrine or philosophy is good, while opposing them is evil. But whenever doctrine or philosophy undergoes a change, each standards of good and evil will also change according to each new goals. Similarly, if an adherent converts to a different religion or school of thought, then naturally his goals and standards of good and evil will change accordingly. Therefore, my brothers and sisters, the universal ideology of the principle, the unification thought, the words of the true parents should be the standard. Therefore, you must study principle and fundok a lot to establish the standard of the good and evil. That's why we need to have like a, absolute principle. Everybody can unite together as a common principle and common thought, which is a divine principle, which is a universal ideology of the principle and a unification thought, something like that. That's why I think we need to really proclaim and teach the divine principle, and everybody have a common viewpoint. Then we can know, we can have the same judgment, same standard, how to distinguish, how to separate good and evil. This is a very important point about that. today's youth ministry and God's hand will be resolved, and I will be reborn and to the filial piety of the realm of the 3 generations. Let's study.
God's hand will be resolved, and I will go on through filial piety of the realm of 3 generations. A person with a filial heart cries because of their parents and the people that persecute them. A person with a filial heart cannot hate others. Until now, there have been many people with faith who mistakenly thought of rebirth with the belief that we believers who have faith in Jesus will go to heaven, and you who do not believe will go to hell, all the while hating others and having conflicts. However, the rebirth that unificationists talk about means resolving God and true parents' Han in the family, resolving my physical parents' Han, resolving my spouse's Han, raising children well, and making them filial sons and daughters, and resolve God's Han. There can be no such thing as self-centeredness in practicing filial piety, centering on the realm of 3 generations. There is not even 1% of self-centeredness in filial piety. Therefore, filial piety is absolute and true.
Yes, a person with Shojong cannot hate others. If you truly respect Heavenly God, respect your parents, when you truly love your own father and mother, if you beat up that kind of heart and Shojong, you cannot hate any other one. Yeah, that's why Shojong is really key. One who truly love God, you can love anyone. That's why how to raise up, of the filial sons and daughters in the family. This is because they treat all people with the filial piety they carry to attend their parents. A person with filial piety considers the faults of others as his own and the sin of others as his own. A person with filial piety cries because they feel that they have not attended their parents well, and weep and for the people that persecute them, thinking that the persecutor has brought about such a result because of the person's own fault. And then I always hit myself first, rather than persecute other guy. This is filial heart. That's why in the family, when you raise up your son and daughters as a filial sons and daughters, and better than you, they really respect you, they really identify from you everything, and then you become true father, true mother, become true parents, then everything job is over. That's why I realized that what's the purpose of creation? Purpose of the creation, when we complete purpose of creation, raising up your son and daughters as a filial sons and daughters and become true parents, then everything is over. Wow, very simple actually. From the children's age and become brothers and sisters, and then become couple and giving birth to baby, and finally raising up your children as a filial son and daughters. And then what's the final goal? To become true father, true mother, true parents. How to become true father, true mother? How can we say that show me the proof you are the true parents? See your children. Your children really have absolutely obey and absolute faith and absolute love toward the parents. And then they are standard better than you. Then job is over. That's why I simply say the purpose of the creation is what? To become true parents. That's the purpose of creation. What's the fall? To do not become true parents. What's the restoration? How can Heavenly Father send the true parents? Yeah, true parents, everything. When you become true parents, already going through heart of the children, heart of the brothers and sisters, heart of the couple, right? That's why I become true parents. Everything. Purpose of God's creation is true parents. Lost true parents, that is the fall. That's why I need to restore true parents. Now, how to become true parents? Raise your sons and daughters as your filial sons and daughters. Wow. Actually, principle is very simple. Of course, practice is not easy. Until now, there have been many people with faith who mistakenly thought of the rebirths, with the belief that we believe who have faith in Jesus will go to the heaven, and you who do not believe will go to the hell. All the while hating others and having conflicts. However, the rebirth that unification is talk about is different. Rebirth, as unification church members say, is to be born again by experiencing the heart of God and true parents and growing up and resolving their harm by resolving the harm of the one's physical parents and one's spouse, and then the person is born again. How to rebirth? Through filial piety. When I have the filial piety, I can console God's heart and comfort God's heart. Understand God's suffering as my suffering. When I have truly heart of the filial piety, filial heart, I have experience of the rebirth. Filial son and daughters always shedding tears whenever he thinks about his parents. That's why our true father is really filial son. Always shedding tears whenever he thinks about heavenly God. Sorrowful God. Always. That's why when he recognizes God is become the sorrowful heart, I can do anything. I can die even 100 times, even 1,000 times. This is the way to resolve God's heart. I can do anything. He was the Messiah. Through his filial heart, liberate God's heart. How to have experience of the liberation? Through filial piety. And in the process of raising your children well and making them filial sons and daughters, you are born again by resolving God's heart through the countless effort and sacrifice of blood and sweat and tears. This is a true rebirth. You cannot be born again without filial piety. There can be no such thing as a self-centeredness in practicing filial piety, centering on the realm of the 3 generations. There is not even 1% of the self-centeredness in filial piety. Therefore, filial piety is absolute and true. Filial piety do not allow even 1% of the self-centeredness. We cannot do anything by ourselves. You cannot survive without God, right? What you can do? God do not provide, yesterday I mentioned, God do not provide air, just 3 minutes. Who can survive? Who can survive? Without God's help, everybody dies. See, even physically something like that. Even internally same things. Without God, there is no way to survive. That's why, cannot insist on my own self, even 1%. We are resultant being. I am not total being. I came from God. I was born according to God's blueprint. I need to adjust according to his blueprint. That's how to gain happiness. I need to adjust according to his blueprint. Okay, I am, independent being. I can go my own way. If you ignore God's blueprint, you never get happiness. Because you do not follow God's blueprint. Very important. Do not allow even 1% of the self-centeredness. Absolutely belong to God. I am child of God. Absolutely 100% belong to God. You see? You cannot do anything actually. You are not total being. You are regional being. You need to know that. I am the object partner. I am not the subject partner. He's the one who created me. I need to follow according to his blueprint. Why we gain on? Why always feel unhappiness? Because I choose my own way. That's why I think it's absolutely unite, centering on, my Creator, centering on my heavenly parents. Many people do not know this top secret. Next.
Always ask myself again if I am a true person. Try living while asking yourself, am I sincere? And am I really a true person with a filial heart? The more I really know true Father's course, does a heart that wants to be filial with tears really spring up? When I hear about true Father and true Mother's course of shedding blood, sweat, and tears, are there really tears from weeping? We need to think about these things. True Father said, if you do not have tears, you have nothing to do with me. He also said, if you want to know me, you have to weep over True Father's sorrowful circumstances to know me. He said, when you shed tears of lamentation, the stains on your conscience is also washed away. True Father said that as we live in the fallen world, our conscience has many stains.
Yes, thank you, Heavenly Honey. During your course of the faith, live while asking yourself, am I really true? And am I really true person with a Hyojo? Also ask yourself, the more I really know True Father's course, do I also want to be filial with my own blood, sweat, and tears? When I hear about True Father and True Mother's course of the shedding and blood and sweat and tears they are really tears from weeping. In the course of the Hyojam, tears cannot help but come out when you think about heavenly parents and true parents. True Father said, if you do not have tears, you have nothing to do with me. God has tears. And you don't have tears. You are nothing dealing with God anymore. Many people say positive thinking, positive thinking. Of course, you need to have positive thinking. But do you know God's reality? Do you know the reality of true parents? Do you know current situation now? What are you talking about? This means that filial sons and daughters should be able to connect with the heart of the truth of their parents. Parents shed tears, but if the children do not shed tears, they are only children by name and not their real children. As the parent and child need to have artistic communication, artistic conversation. Then they came to know each other very well. How about your relationship? Do you have that kind of artistic relationship with God? How much do you shed tears with God? How much do you feel about true parent tears? That's why True Father also said, if you want to know me, you have to weep over True Father's sorrowful circumstances to know me. He said, when you shed tears of lamentation, the stains on your conscience is also washed away. The tears of the filial son toward his parents will resolve their harm. True Father said that as we live in the fallen world, our conscience has many stains. Therefore, how many tears do we have to shed to get at the filthy stain off? Wow, today a little bit deeper content, but we need to know that, Wow, how many of them really know God's such a reality, God's such a sorrowful heart. Every morning wake up, and when I look at the sky, this and that, wow, where I am now. Wow, this world is not ideal world. Reality is a really fallen world. I need to really understand God's heart more. I understand true parents' heart more. There are still a lot of people are so much miserable. How to save them? How to take care of America? When I came to know the reality, and then again and again, I need to understand more God's heart. Today, I have spoken about God's heart will be resolved, and I will be reborn through filial piety of the realm of three generations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Yong. Wow. What a powerful message. This point of asking ourselves that are we really a true person, and am I somebody who really weeps for true parents and for God? And through filial piety, we can resolve God's Han and true parents' Han. So thank you. For our living testimony, we're in Subregion 3 this week. So we're going to Columbus Family Church, where I will invite up Uncle Craig Smith, and he'll share his living testimony. And he has a title for it. It says, "You are always witnessing." Uncle Craig, if you could unmute.
Good morning, Dr. Yong. Good morning, brothers and sisters. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I am scared to death to give this testimony. And I feel like how Abel must have felt when offering up his offering to God. He's so afraid that, will it be accepted? Will it be enough to be accepted by God? And that's how I feel right now. So please bear with me when I go through this. As the title suggests, you are always witnessing. Until recently, I was totally afraid of witnessing. I was afraid of persecution, of that being the biggest reason. The other reasons, I was too busy and not knowing what to say or how to say it. But thanks in part to the morning devotion, I came to a realization. I was already witnessing. In fact, at no time am I not witnessing. My every action is a reflection, not on myself, but on true parents and God as well.
Mm-hmm. Wow, beautiful.
So I'm either witnessing to God or I'm witnessing to Satan, one or the other. So, and that's at every day, every moment. Everyone,
Wow.
and that's to everyone who has give and take with me. That they're being influenced by what I'm saying and how I'm reacting to them. And that's a witness. And that realization scared me to death. So I better make sure that I am witnessing to God. And so having decided that, since I'm already witnessing, as Dr. Yong was saying, we must make sure that we are witnessing to God. We have to cleanse ourselves, remove that filth, change ourselves so that we can be a good witness to God. And this applies not just to people that we meet, the strangers that we're actually literally trying to bring into lecture. When we talk to other members, we're witnessing to them. When we talk to people that we meet in the shop, when we go shopping, we're witnessing to them. We may not always be mentioning God and true parents, but we're witnessing. We're bringing them God's love as best we possibly can. And I am eternally grateful to the brothers and sisters who took me aside when I was struggling and witnessed to me. Just talked to me when I needed a boost. They were witnessing to me. And I'm witnessing to all of you right now. Every time I share a point of gratitude or a reflection or a message or a musical offering, it's witnessing. And every person you meet and have give and take with, you are witnessing to them. So what we need to do is be certain that we keep our heart and our mind centered on God as much as we possibly can. Because every word we say, every word out of our mouth is a witness. And I've taken this to heart recently. And one of the things that I've done is I spend a lot of time on the internet, speaking with people, talking with people, having give and take with people who have similar interests as I do. And one of the groups that I have an interest in have a very strong interest in cartoon animals. And so I have been trying to give them God's love through that medium. And one of the ones that I have that I've used the most, that people have been attracted to, is this blue bear behind me, who is called Stargazer. His character is very parental. He really embodies my parental heart. And what he does and what he talks about has attracted so many to me, to the point that they're now calling me grandpa because of my age. I'm dealing with people who are like in their 20s and 30s, and they're calling me grandpa. That says in many ways that they're like my spiritual children. I am working with them slowly, deliberately, to bring them to the point that I can actually begin to really share principle with them, and it's difficult. So if you saw on Thanksgiving, you saw one of the videos that I made using this character. I've made several more. I've created an entire series, and I'm going to keep making them. They're called Fireside Chats. And in closing, don't be afraid to witness. Do not be afraid to witness, because you're doing it already. Just be a good one. So I'd like to present to you the very first of the Fireside Chats with Stargazer that I created, so that you can see what a wonderful tool this can be. If you can roll the video.
My name is Birch Draper, and I am pleased to present the first of Fireside Chats with Stargazer. Here is my brother-in-law, Stargazer Borealis.
Thank you for joining me. Birch asked me to start doing these, so here I am. The Kingdom of Heaven is within you is the title of this chat. I know of no one who does not struggle with the problems in the world today. We usually feel that if only those problems would just go away, things would be perfect. Yet, we feel powerless to change it. So, as the song goes, we keep waiting on the world to change. The problem, of course, is the problems of the world are not caused by the world, but by people in the world, most of whom are waiting on the world to change too. So we all sit around waiting, feeling powerless, and nothing changes. We feel miserable as a result. But what if we took a different view? What if instead of lamenting the things we can't change, we work on the one thing we can, ourselves? Spend some time looking at yourself. Are there habits we do that we wish we didn't? Then start new habits to replace them, better habits. Are there things in your past that you regret? Don't keep reliving it. Forgive yourself and move on. Are there things you've wanted to start doing and simply haven't done? Take the time and start doing them. Come to peace with yourself rather than fighting yourself. Create within yourself an inner calm and peace that comes with accepting yourself as you are. You will be amazed at how many doors suddenly become open, and you can see how you can become better. Build the kingdom of heaven within yourself. And when you do that, others will notice, trust me, and they will come to you to learn how. And that, my friend, is how you change the world, one individual at a time.
Wow. So beautiful.
If you teach them to do the same, how long before you start a chain reaction? If you change yourself, and one person every year comes to you to learn how, in a year, there will be 2. In 2 years, 4. In 3 years, 8. That seems small, but in only 35 years, you would have changed every single living person on this earth. It's worth a shot. Build the kingdom within yourself. I'm Stargazer Borealis, and if you have a question you would like answered, leave it in the comments. Until then, peace be within you.
Oh my God. Correct. I think, this is really beautiful animation and beautiful story, and your voice is really professional. Wow, my goodness. Yeah, I'm so surprised. Yeah, you are really doing great witnessing, actually. Yeah, this is the one of the way witness people. Thank you so much,
Thank
Greg,
you.
for your beautiful presentation. Wow, really so impressed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uncle Craig, that was amazing. Thank you. I can see a lot of people needing that fireside chat. And also the bear looks like you. It's like we're with you. Awesome. Okay, with that warm feeling in our heart, let's share our insight and our takeaways with each other. We'll be right back. welcome home. I mean, welcome to the main room. Okay. If we could start, if I could invite up Reverend Sebastian Huemer from Albany, if you could unmute and share your reflection.
Well, Dr. Yong, everybody, Yorobun, it's great to be with you. And I was with Joshua, and I'm really overwhelmed by the fact that Joshua is leaving us, go with Takaya-san to Los Angeles. So I'm missing him already. It was like you have a moment of wonderful time, and there he is, right, just 3 hours south of Albany. And there's Milhan, and they have a wonderful give and take. And suddenly there's Joshua. He's gonna not be around because 3 hour difference. We're not gonna see him that much. But anyway, my love goes with a couple, and they will multiply in the family and outside the family. I can see it already. So I'm very grateful for that, and I'm grateful for all the things that we talk about. The family is it. And as the place says, the realm of the royal family comes after, the first 4 realms of heart, the 3 great kingships, and the realm of the royal family, which is the extension of the family. So anyway, you heard me before, home church is that realm of the royal family, or the royal realm. Anyway, so I also want to thank you, Greg, for your beautiful musicality, and especially I started eating an apple. It's when you want to have a good voice to sing or to speak, you have to eat an apple because it's going to lubricate your vocal cords. So I love. Yes. See. So Dr. Young, banana is great. Banana is great, but apple is for the voice is better. Yeah. Wow. So if you want to sing well, you eat an apple before you sing. So Greg knows about this. Yes.
Oh, I see. Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much for
million dollar voice, Dr. Young.
Yeah. Thank you, Sebastian. I really miss you. Let's see each other very soon.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Please.
God bless you, Sebastian.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Sebastian. I'll miss you too. And for our next sharing, I'd like to invite up Sachika's mom, Chiaki Iwamoto. You could unmute and share.
Good morning, Dr. Yong. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm doing a DP study with a campus student, and to do a DP study, I have to study by myself. And recently I was studying POC 3 to teach my student, and I could learn by myself about the whole purpose and individual purpose. And really like whole purpose always have to be motivation, and individual purpose can be protected by this. I could learn. And today, living divine principle, Dr. Yong said, motivation must be for sake of the world and pure. This word really reminding what I study. So yeah, I realized that my motivation of life have to be whole, and sometimes my selfishness always bothering my motivation. So I have to fight with my selfishness, and really I want to be a person who can live for whole purpose. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chiaki Iwamoto-san. 감사합니다. Really, you're always doing witnessing, studying divine principle. You are amazing lady. Thank you, Chiaki-san.
Thank you, Chiaki-san. Okay. Well, this brings us now to our usual reminders. Maybe you're tired of hearing it all the time, but invite somebody. Don't come alone, and utilize edu.familyfed.org. Dr. Kylie, thank you so much for preparing all of that. Also, if you'd like to give back, we have a few ways you can do so. You can offer a prayer, just reach out to Tall, or a musical offering, also Tall. And if you'd like to donate, the link is in the chat. All donations go a very, very long way to maintain this ministry, keep it expanding and growing. So today for our musical offering, I'd like to invite up one of our regulars, Ate Elena Bahian. Take it away. You can unmute.
Okay.
Okay, Elena, I can see you, but I
We
cannot hear you.
can't hear you yet. Maybe the mic
Elena,
itself.
can you hear me, Elena? But we cannot hear you. Oji, you need to teach your mom how to do it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
oh, yeah, okay,
Okay.
Elena, we can hear
Finally.
you now.
Thank you so much.
Finally.
Okay. So before I sing, I would like to read my reflection this morning that in the family, perfection is attained when there is understanding and support towards each other. So parents must play the role of the true filial piety, the role of support all the time, even it already hurts so much. We should be there to support no matter what, until they realize that there is nobody who can love them that much but the parents. So as the reading this morning says, that a person with a filial heart cannot hate somebody or others. My song this morning is about not letting go, but be there as a support. So the title of my song is about I Won't Let Go.
All right.
By
Wow.
Rascal Flats. Please enjoy.
Okay.
I hope the music will go well. All right, here we go. It's like a storm that cuts the path. It breaks your will. It feels like that. You think you're lost, but you're not lost on your own. You're not alone. I will stand by you. I will help you through when you've done all you can do and you can't cope. I will dry your eyes. I will fight your fight. I will hold you tight and I won't let go. It hurts my heart to see you cry. I know it's dark, this part of life. Oh, it finds us all, and we're too small to stop the rain. When it rains, I will stand I'm right here to catch you. He won't let you down. He won't get you down. You're gonna make it. Yeah, I know you can make it. I will stand by you. I will help you through. When you've done all you can do and you can't go, I will dry your eyes. I will fight your fight. I will hold you tight, and I won't let you go. I'm gonna hold you, and I won't let go. Ooh, won't let you go. No, I won't. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Elena. As usual, very deep and inspiring, with a really beautiful message. Thank you so much, Elena. Thank you. God bless you. Yes.
So much.
Thank you, Ate Elena. Beautiful. So just right before we go to our closing prayer, just a short update. I know it was mentioned, Reverend Hernandez, we were praying for him. Just know that he's doing a lot better for everyone that has been asking.
Oh, great news. Great
Your
news.
prayers
Yeah.
are working. So for our closing prayer, if I could invite my uncle Ibrahim Hamad, if you could offer a prayer.
Okay, but you have to visit Vermont before you go. So please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Parent, true parent, thank you for this lovely day, and we are so happy and excited about what we learned today. We learned that you reminded us you are with us every time, every day. And through morning devotion, we can understand what we have to do. We have to know who we are, and we have to check with ourselves every day. Are we a good witnesser or not? And we have to check through, are we a good people? Are we a sincere people, or are we a filial sons and daughters to our heaven, to you and to our true parents? We have to ask this question every day and understand that and realize that we are witnessing, whether we like it or not. We are witnessing either to you or to your enemy, Satan. We are true witnesses, and thank you, Heavenly Parent. When we come to this morning devotion, Heavenly Parent, because we want to know how to walk with you, how to love you, how to share this love with our brothers and sisters around the world, around our family, around our neighborhood. So we come to this morning devotion to just try our best to connect with you, to connect with your word, and to connect with your love, Heavenly Parent. And we are so happy and grateful that through Dr. Yong, you are talking to us every day. And I'm very grateful today I stayed after Dr. Yong. Normally I go after Dr. Yong give his lecture, but today I have time to stay, and I'm very grateful to stay and see how more beautiful morning devotion is. It's more than I know. So, Heavenly Parent, please be here with us and help us to walk with you and give us the power to walk the path that true parent built to us, because it is a beautiful path, because it's witnessing and connecting with other people and bring them to your direct line is good and it's beautiful, and we can build the kingdom that you hoped when you created us. And we can do it with you and with our true parents. We can do all the miraculous things. We can build a beautiful family around the world, and you can enjoy it with us, Heavenly Parent. We are here to know you more, to help you more, to love you more. Thank you, Heavenly Parent, for all of that. for all of you doing for us, and we are very grateful for that. And you for this prayer in my name, friendship, Ramadan as well tonight. Blessed
Wow, wow, Ibrahim, very, very beautiful prayer. Oh, Ibrahim, please say hello to your wife, Mrs. Ahmed. I really miss her. Thank you so much for your beautiful dedication every morning. God bless you. Thank you, Ibrahim.
Thank you, Ibrahim. And to everybody, thank you so much for joining our morning heart devotion. Thank you, Dr. Yong, of course, Uncle Craig, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.